Mother's Day has a way of sneaking up on you. But when it does, 1-800-Flowers makes it easy to send mom something beautiful, thoughtful, and worthy of everything she does. Right now, with double blooms from 1-800-Flowers, order 1 dozen roses and get another dozen for free. It's a bigger gesture with fresh, beautiful flowers arranged to make Mother's Day feel as special as she is. Make Mother's Day feel bigger with double blooms at 1-800-Flowers.com/podcast. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/podcast.
Well, hello and welcome back to the Branding Momentum Podcast. Veronica here. In this episode, I want to talk to you just a little bit about why messaging is crucial to the success of your business and your services. So let's talk about it.
Hey, I'm Veronica DiPolo. You are about to experience the new way to become the visible entrepreneur, to thrive in your business and in your life, and standing up for what you want to create. With the help of my Branding Momentum podcast, you'll discover what mindset shifts you have to take to have the visible mindset. Build the unique messaging to communicate with your potential audience. Get ready, because here is where we say no to outdated society norms and we say yes to change. Welcome to the Branding Momentum Podcast.
First of all, I apologize for my voice, but I've been sick for the last week. Fever and everything, so I don't feel that very well, but I had the option of obviously not doing the podcast, and then I said, you know what, I do need to do the podcast because I need to be here and letting you know what are my thoughts about messaging and marketing. And as I was sick in my bed, I reviewed, and I don't know if you watched or heard this before, and it's the Steve Jobs YouTube video when I think it was on 1996, and he was talking about Apple and Mac. You can Google it, you can go on YouTube and find it there, and it's the best marketing strategy ever. That's one of the videos. There are a few. And what I liked about listening to him, and full disclosure, I've never been a Mac or an Apple person. Never. I don't even have an Apple phone. But I do recognize the genius of that man and that vision that he had then. And it's so true until this day. And he goes on, and I don't want to repeat, obviously, what he said, but let's be honest. He was talking about the values about Apple and the way that they were going to be doing their marketing. And he then puts this amazing ad that you will be really moved. And if you ever saw it, watch it again. And if you've never seen it, go and watch it because it's really, really good. The truth is that marketing strategy, it's so palpable, it's so real up to this day, because everything that he's talking about, everything that he's saying, everything that he's sharing, his vision, the way that he wanted to make people feel about Apple and Mac was all about messaging. And their marketing was based about messaging. And the way they wanted to make people feel, think, I'm going to say feel again because, only listening to him and listening to that strategy, you can only feel things, right? But why is messaging so important for the success of your services? And I know you've heard me say this many, many times. Because if we are not able to communicate what that service is, what the core of that service is, and listen to Steve Jobs say, it is not about the giga or the megas or the how many, features they have. It is not about that. It is the way that it makes you feel, right? And when you are talking about your services, when you are expressing what your services provide, the outcome of that service, what are the kind of things that you can actually make a person be better with that service? Because if you've heard me before say, you have a type of client that you want to help, and your services provide that transformation for them to be better, right? So if you're not intentionally crafting and designing your messaging on your social media, on the call to actions, on the title of your videos, on the subject of your emails, on your landing pages, on your website, when people come in and go like, boom, okay, this is it. And these are my core values. And this is what we stand for. And this is the transformation I promise. That is all messaging. And everything we say, everything we communicate, everything we put on a sales page, on a checkout page. I know people are really surprised, but what I meant is that when you are in your checkout page, you have the possibility to gain more leads and get more sales for the type of things that you are actually writing and putting there on that checkout page. And that is all about messaging as well. So even your checkout page has a message that gets people to make an action, do something that you want them to do, because you are giving them the information, the need. You are giving them the, yes, please, I need this. So in marketing, we call these sort of things like upselling or downselling. But even if you don't have an upsell or a downsell, just a simple checkout page with nothing on, you are wasting your time of not, when somebody's there, it's like, am I going to really put my credit card and pay for this? And you have that space where you can actually put more messaging and convince them a little bit more as to why they actually should be buying your services. But not only on your checkout page, obviously your sales pages, even your, your formulas. That is not the right word. Oh, Lord. Yeah, my brain is fuzzy. Never mind. Let me keep on going. So when you are a service provider, when you are somebody that is serving, that maybe your services are not so clear to show on a picture or on a video, or you are not able to put into words what you're saying, that is messaging. Everything that we communicate is messaging. And I've realized, and this is, going a little bit off everything that I wanted to say, but I was always very passionate about marketing and trying to promote and help promote businesses. And I love to help promote my clients' businesses and our business as well. But for the past 15 years, I've been in this search of trying to understand communication. And in this search of trying to communicate and understand better, for people to understand me better, and also for me to understand how I communicate. Because for so long, there was always like a loss in translation, the way that we communicated. And every time I would say something, people understood it a different kind of way. they flipped my words or they took everything that I was saying the wrong way, especially when you have a phone in the middle. Oh my God, don't we love to put, like, I don't know, exclamation or screaming or anything into a simple text, right? So for me, communication has been really important, and it has actually broken relationships and unified relationships because of the communication that I've been able to build with. And the way that we talk, the way that we express ourselves, we actually take it for granted because we talk and we write and we read, right? But when you already have one person in front of you, the way that you say things makes important impact. So being able to express everything that you're seeing, everything that you are feeling, everything that you are having sensations and thoughts and negative beliefs and all of that, and trying to express it, because we tend to say very little and we tend to not express as much because we don't have time, because we can't be bothered, because maybe that's not what people want. People don't want to hear that. And actually, people do. People are pretty curious. I am not. I'm particularly not a curious person on certain things. On others, yes, I dig it with how they say it in Spain, with potato chips, and yeah, like I'm in a movie theater. But people love to know what you're up to. And people love to know what your business is up to. And if you have a business that is a service-based business, you know you want to serve. And I always say I serve one person at a time. Well, for years, I've been trying to get into the online business of course creation. Yes, I still have my private clients, but I still want to break it into the online course. Why? Because I feel I need to give it to more people what I do. I feel I need to help more people. And if that is one person at a time, great. So yeah, I went off the rails. I'm sorry. But going back, why is it important to have messaging for the success of your business? Because without words, without you communicating, people won't know that you exist. People won't know that you are good at what you do. People won't know that what you are selling will make their life different. So the moment you start saying, listen, yes, marketing is important. Yes, messaging is as important, because it's the same thing. It's the same thing. The way that you say things is not, I need to have a marketing strategy. Yes, you do, with a messaging strategy. That's what you need to do. It's the same with a branding strategy. They all go together. But you can't have a good marketing strategy without words, without communication. If you don't know what you're going to be saying, how would people buy from you? It's not enough to put out posts and articles and things out there. For what? What is it for? What you say, what you believe, what your business does for people, what you see potential clients doing mistakes and making mistakes and struggling. You gotta help those people. And you do that through your messaging on social media, on your emails, on your website, on your sales pages, on your landing pages, on your free content, on your podcast. everywhere. Everything is messaging. It is a word that is called message. It's communication. It's to talk, it's to write. Everything that you say is messaging. So I really hope this really helps you and starts to shift something in you into understand that you really need to understand your business messaging so that you actually get people closer to what you're offering them and you get them across the rainbow where you really want them to be better. Okay, guys, I think I'm delirious. I love this. I hope to see you same time, same place next week. Bye-bye.